Hello, everyone. Raymond Moore, Kilter Prepper. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope you're having a good time today. It's Friday. Yep, Friday. So life is good. Went out and did my walk this morning, and it was 22 degrees outside. And I am sitting on day 74 of 75 hard. So tomorrow is my last day to do 75 hard, and a lot has come out of this. I've grown a lot. I've come to the realization of a lot of things, and really seen a lot of improvement. The thing is when you're doing a challenge like this, it isn't the end goal that matters. What matters is the journey that you're taking on this. And so you'll discover a lot of great things, and weaknesses, strengths, this, that, and the other. And it's very eye-opening. And so I've truly loved this journey. And it kind of tails into what we're talking about today. Today's topic is, do you have a happy life? And a lot of people, a happy life, happy wife. Yeah. So, but do you have a happy life? And a lot of people say they do. I mean, there's a lot of people out there to say they don't, or they really don't even know what happiness is or anything. But they think they have a happy life, but they know deep down inside that they're just kind of like living a humdrum life, and that they wish they could do more and be more. And but the problem is that they don't know how to do that. Einstein once said that the problems that you create, it's hard for you to get out of those problems, the same thinking that you use to get into those problems. And what that means is that you need outside forces to help you get out of those things, because like it or not, you live in a fishbowl. And our life is that fishbowl. And so a lot of times we see the little castle and the little fern floating around and all that other stuff, but we really don't know what it's like or what our life is like until we have an outside force looking at us and say, hey, dude, you live in a fishbowl. You got this castle and this little fern here. So, you don't know what's going on in your life until you have this outside force pointing things out. Now, that this outside force could be like YouTube videos. I'm a big fan of a gentleman named Ed Mylett. I'm a big fan of Dean Graziosi, big fan of Tony Robbins, Whalen, other motivational speakers, and personal development coaches and things. And so I really enjoy those. And by listening to these or reading books or so forth, helps point out the deficiencies or things to help make my life even better. And so what these outside forces see is the fishbowl, where since we live in the fishbowl, we can't see those things. And so how do we achieve that? How do we know what that is? And so you don't know until maybe you start working on personal development, start working on you. So start watching some of these YouTube videos or something, or start reading self-help books, or hiring a mentor or a coach like me, and doing these things so that you have that happier life. And an interesting thing is, and this is something I've learned from 75 Hard, is that through struggle brings happiness. And I know that sounds kind of weird and things. I've got this itchy nose, oh my goodness. But going through some of these struggles or hardships or hard things and everything actually brings you happiness. And it's because you're looking back on this journey, and you're looking back on all these things that are going on in your life through these struggles and everything. And you're like, wow, I made that. I did that. I made that happen. And, life is so good and stuff because you've gone through these struggles, these hardships. And this is why I've enjoyed 75 Hard so much, is because they've pointed doing this 75 Hard, which is physical, but it is more mental. Because there's days that I did not want to work out. I have to be quite honest with you. The days that I was really sick, I did not want to work out, yet I still pushed through it. I still did it. Days that, oh man, I got to read another 10 pages, you still do it. And so this is why it's a mental struggle. And because of that, I've grown immensely. and discovered, little areas in my life where I can self-improve, or as well areas that where I've really grown and achieved a lot. And so by doing these things, you start seeing a happier life. But where again, a lot of people, they don't realize that, their life is just humdrum, because that is what they're used to. That's the fishbowl that they live in. And until they have an outside force looking at them, looking at that fishbowl and telling them, hey, man, you need to lose weight, or hey, man, you need to get a side hustle, or hey, man, you really need to pay attention to your spouse and kids more, or hey, man, you need to do some self-improvement or do some meditation or start digging into the word, things like that. You don't know these things until that outside force points these things out to you. And then once the outside force points these things to you, you have that choice. Do you change it? Or you just continue in the mediocrity that you are living in, or do you push yourself and grow and expand and do even better? Because when you do these things, you'll realize, oh, wow, man, life is much better when I am growing, when I am doing these things. So, by doing these things, you just get that happier life. And so my question to you is, do you have a happy life? And you need to get really real with yourself on this question. Odds are is that if you truly do a self-analysis of yourself and do a true look into your inner being, you'll see that there's probably things that you're not happy with. And you'll look yourself in the mirror, it's like, man, I could really drop 10 pounds. Or, hey, you look at that checkbook and it's like, man, I really could use, some more money at the end of the month. Or, yeah, I'm not really paying attention to that spouse as much as I should be, or anything. And so when you start really doing these inner looks into yourself and start seeing these things, you start realizing, hey, I do need to make self-improvements in there. And then when you make these self-improvements, your life becomes so much fuller, so much richer, and so much better. And so I really encourage you guys to take the time, do some inner looking, and really look at, where can I improve? Where am I lacking? And then also on top of that, look at where you really are exceeding, because everybody exceeds in certain things in their life. But look at those. And then when you see these and you discover these things, then give yourself a little happy dance and pat yourself on the back for doing some, positive achievements in those areas. But then recognize that there's other areas in your life that you need to work on, and then start attacking those. Start looking for ways to get better, do better. Again, through personal motivation, or reading good books or something like that. Or even hiring a coach or mentor. And again, if you need help with this is something that I'm doing. I'm helping people become that better person. And I'm doing that through, teaching people the Core 4 system, leveraging the Core 4, working their Core 4 daily tasks, and then also with the 1950s diet. I mean, I've lost 25 pounds this year because of the 1950s diet. I am improving myself. And so when I look in the mirror, it's like, dang, I'm actually starting to see some abs there. Itchy nose. I'm so sorry, man. I don't know. I must be allergic to the camera or something. I always get itchy nose whenever I come on camera. But anyways, I digress. But by looking at yourself and truly being honest with yourself, you're going to then see, hey, I've got these holes that I need to fill. Hey, I've got these things I need to improve on, and then start improving on them. Because when you do, and we go through these struggles of improving, you're stretching yourself, you're growing, you're taking that next step up. And all of a sudden it's like, man, I feel so much better about myself. I feel so much, your life will be happier because of it. So I really strongly encourage you, do some time this weekend and really do some self-perspective, really do some inner looking into yourself and ask yourself, do you truly have a happy life? Where can I improve? What can I do to do better? And if you need help with these things, reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you out with this. So great day today. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, ring that little bell, and subscribe to this channel. And if you're on Facebook, give me a thumbs up. In fact, if you're on YouTube too, give me a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And then I am also, folks, I go to my website, raymondmoore.com, and the link is down there in the description below, or thekilterprepper.com, and subscribe to my newsletter. I am finding a lot of great sales for Augustin Farms right now. Yesterday, I sent out an email with a buy alert on basically cream of wheat. They call it creamy wheat cereal. They can't use the term cream of wheat, but they had a 3-pound, 15-ounce can of cream of wheat for $8.85, something around there. It was like 65% off. And so if you have these, you see those, and it's, cream of wheat is something that you like, then pick them up. But the thing about these sales is that they don't last very long, 12 to 24 hours, then they jack the price back up again. And so check that out. Get on my free newsletter. Go to raymondmoore.com. When you see the website, click on the upper right-hand side, and you'll see, hey, fill in your information for the free newsletter, and you'll start getting it and everything. But I'm seeing a lot of great sales. This time of the year, what Augustin Farms is doing is reducing their inventory so that they can then, build back and everything for next year. But anything that they have in their inventory, they have to, write down for taxes and all that other stuff. So they're working hard to reduce their inventory. And so now is a really good time to check into Augustin Farms and really stock that pantry, get some really good long-term survival food, or just long-term food, period, and do it. But yeah, get on my newsletter, because Augustin Farms is constantly having these great sales, probably till the end of the year. And I'm going to be sending out a lot more emails to you guys, alerting you to these things, because again, once that price, or once they hit that threshold of 12, 24 hours, then they jack the price back up, because again, now they've reduced that inventory. But all their stuff is going to be going on sale. So get on that list for me and let me help you build your pantry. So that's everything, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Ray, Coffee with Ray. Coffee with Ray. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless, and kilt on.